Adda 24/7. Remember, today is a very special session. Why? Because your exams are near, isn't it? When are your exams? Just now? When are your exams? Yeah, just now. Means how many days? 10, 15 days? Today is what? 17th? So hardly 14, 15 days now to start your exam. So today we'll be discussing proven JIB exam success strategies. What do you mean by this? Proven JIB exam success strategies. Remember, proven means which have been tried and tested during the exam times also. So there in this I'll be discussing 3 to 4 important points. Point number 1, few sample questions already asked in the exam. Already asked. Okay, that is point number 1. Second point which I'll be discussing is how is your paper? Paper means all the 4 papers. What are the number of numericals? What are the number of theory questions? What are the number of one-liners? How many case studies are there? All these points will be discussed. And thirdly, at the end, I'll be giving you the strategies. Strategies to clear the exam. What strategies should you follow? Okay. So first, let's start, as I told you, with the questions, isn't it? Because questions are important part, isn't it? So let's start. First one. Let me start with RBWM. You'll say, sir, RBWM, it's the last paper. But okay, let's start not with RBWM. Let's start with IIFS then. Okay, IIFS. So in this, what were the questions asked in May 23? Now look at this. This IIFS, this is the first time paper, and this was the first time paper in May 23. Okay, earlier it was not there. Whereas other subjects like AFM or RBWM was earlier there for CIB. It was called as retail banking. It was there for CIB. AFM, it was already there, accounts, right? And PPB, it was already there. But only this subject, this is a new subject. And mind it, this May 23 paper was the most difficult paper for IIFS. Okay. So what were the questions here? The questions were asked on mainly treasury bills. Means what are the types of treasury bills? How many days the treasury bills are there? 91, 182, then 364, double, it's everything. Okay. So those were asked. Then they had asked you why, means what the difference between the T-bills and the long-term bonds. That was asked. These were the questions of this time, May 23. Then the next, these are some sample questions which I am discussing, which were asked in May 23. Next one was NNP, Net National Product. So what is the definition of NNP? That was asked. GNP, Gross National Product minus depreciation. Even if this time if it comes, kindly remember this, NNP equals to GNP minus depreciation. Gross National Product minus depreciation. Okay. Then there is a difference between GDP and GNP also. That also might be asked to you in exam this time. Okay. GDP means what is produced within the country. GNP means what is produced by the countrymen within the country or outside. Then next question was asked for money supply details. Money supply means they had asked you M0, M1, M2, M3 and M4. Out of these, 2 were asked this time. I think so M0 was asked and M3 was asked. Okay. Generally, they'll ask you, I'll tell you, M1 and M3. Because M1 is known as narrow money, M3 is known as broad money. They'll definitely ask, I'll tell you, they'll ask you this only, M1 and M3. Okay. But study all the 4. In fact 5, M0, M1, M2, M3 and M4. Okay. Then RBI Act formation year. When was RBI Act formed? This was a question asked. So when was it formed? Type in the comment section. Everyone, type in the comment section, when was the RBI Act formed? This act was formed in 1934 and RBI came into existence in 1935. Okay. Then they asked you the question of NAFID. NAFID, NABFID. What does NABFID, NAFID means? Okay. Yeah. So what does it mean? Anyone can tell me? What does NAFID mean actually? Who knows? Type in the comment section. What does NAPFID mean? Yeah. National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development. Understand this. National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development. Specific bank for infra and development. Can you imagine? Because here we are all focusing on infrastructure now in India, right? So that's why NAPFID has been specially formed for infra and development. Okay. So National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development. That is the bank. Okay. So first is this some sample questions of IIFS. Next we'll go to PPB. What were the PPB questions asked? See this. They had asked you World Bank classification of countries based on per capita income. Means on based on the World Bank and this per capita income, they had asked you to classify one or two countries. Okay, so that was one question. Second one was RBI Act banks allowed how much percent to invest in subsidiary. So how much percent is allowed for the banks to invest in the subsidiary? Okay. So this was a PPP questions here. This is a hint to you. You have to study in this angle. Even you can study these questions also. Search on the Google. Okay. SFB priority sector limit based on ANBC. ANBC means this, yeah. What is this SFB? Okay, SFB priority sector based on priority sector limit based on ANBC. Okay. So average net banking credit. Okay, and this SFB means, even I am not from PPB actually, but SFB means, okay, SFB small finance banks. Okay, they are specifically asked about small finance banks. Small finance banks priority sector limits based on ANBC. Okay, banking which sector? Banking is in which sector? Primary, secondary, or tertiary? So who can answer this? Is bank a primary, secondary, or tertiary sector? Type fast in the comment section. Just by type P, S, or T. P, S, or T. What is this banking? It is a tertiary sector. It's a service sector. Okay. Balance of payment committee headed by. Now this is separate question. Okay. This you will have to search it on the Google. Balance of payment committee was headed by whom? Okay. Now AFM questions. See here, AFM questions they had asked you 3 to 4 samples I am giving. I can't give all the questions. For that you'll need to join the batches, right? Revision batches going on. For there you'll get many objective questions as such, because we are covering almost 2000 objective questions. So AFM sample questions. So one was matching concept was asked. What do you mean by matching concept? This is one of the important concepts in accounting. Calculate capital assets and liabilities given. Okay, means calculate the capital, assets and liabilities are given. So you have to calculate the capital when assets and liabilities were given. Okay. Then adjustment entry. What do you mean by adjustment entry? That was a question. What is an adjustment entry? Okay, that was asked. Purchase account. What is a purchase account? Definition of purchase account. Okay, and the numerical was there on coupon rate. There was a numerical on coupon rate. So these were the AFM questions. Now last is RBWM. So RBWM short-term capital gains formula was asked. Short-term capital gains. Huh? Then asset products selected means select the asset products means you are this is generally I'll tell you RBWM is a scoring subject. You have to focus RBWM very properly. Why? Because if you lose out on some of the questions, some of the paper like AFM or anyone, if you lose out on something or you get some lesser marks 47, 48, so those marks you can make up in RBWM. RBWM is a scoring subject. Huh? That's why focus on RBWM very keenly. I do take RBWM only. So second was asset products means you have to select the asset products. Which are the asset products? They had given 3 to 4 samples. Like for example, they had given some deposit products, FD, then insurance, and then they had given a loan. So that loan is the asset product. Liability product, that was also asked. Means what are the types of liability products? Okay. Housing loan LTV ratio of 75 crore. Now this was a typical question. LTV ratio of 75 crore loan means if I give a home loan of 75 crore, what will be the LTV ratio? What will be the LTV ratio? Who can give me? LTV ratio for 75 crore loan. So it is 75%, not beyond 75%. Not beyond 75% because that is the RBI restriction. Okay. Careless withdrawal, choose wrong one. Means careless withdrawal means this was specifically for credit cards. Means if you go on purchasing, withdrawing cash from the ATM using credit card, very risky element, isn't it? See here, very risky means not risky as such, but financially risky. Logic is if you withdraw cash from credit card, immediately the interest starts. The days are not there. Those days like after billing period, everything, nothing like that. Okay. Gold bond. Why is it used? Main objective means what is the objective of gold bond? Why the gold bonds were introduced by the government? Okay, that was also an important question. See here, government wants to uh, change the habit of we Indians. We all have huge love for gold. So gold love should be there, but it should be there in the paper form. Okay. So these were some of the questions for RBWM, then IIFS, then PPB and AFM, right? So as discussed, I told you that we'll be discussing first the questions, last time questions. Then what we'll be doing, I'll be discussing these types of questions, numericals, how many numericals are asked, all this. So before going ahead, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you'll be getting free YouTube series on all the subjects of JIB and CIB. Number one. Number two, you'll be getting the latest updates from IIBF. IIBF gives many notifications. Now the exam has come, it will give many notifications. This paper cancelled, that paper cancelled, timing change, whatever. All of them are immediately displayed on this. Displayed means explained actually on Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. So subscribe to it right now. Click on the bell icon so that you will get all the notifications. Share it with your friends. Now let's discuss the question types. How many questions are asked? See here, roughly you have 120 questions for JIB. Roughly 120 questions. Okay. Are too many numericals asked? Yeah, I'll answer that later because I'm having a separate slide on that. Should I ignore 1 mark questions? Not at all. You can never ignore 1 mark questions. Why? Because in the cricket match, this is like a cricket match. In cricket match, you have fours and sixes. But should you ignore one run in that single run in that match? No, right? So you should never ignore even the 1 mark questions. Time management. Okay, time management means how to manage the time. This we'll be discussing later. Can Adda 24/7 help me in the studies? So can we help you? Yes, definitely. Okay, so I'll tell you about that. So are all questions compulsory? Yes, all the questions are compulsory. How the questions are of these types, numericals and theory. Now the questions are generally of 1 mark, 2 mark and half mark. Remember, 1 mark, 2 mark and half mark. Okay. Roughly I'll tell you, just to give you an idea about this. Roughly I'll tell you, you have around 70 questions of half mark. Roughly, not 70. 45 questions, 45 marks are for half marks roughly. So you'll have 90 questions roughly. Okay. 70 to 90, let's consider that. It depends on exam to exam. So 70 to 90 questions of half mark. Many times they ask you 90 only because 45 marks are for half marks. Let's consider 90 only because this is what I've seen. 90 questions are for half mark. Okay. Then this becomes what? 45 marks. 45 marks. Okay. 45. Then secondly you have, let's consider 1 mark questions. 1 mark questions you have around 30 marks. 30 marks. So around 30 questions. 30 questions. Okay. 30 questions, 30 marks. You have 90 questions, 45 marks. Okay. So how many are gone? 45, 30, 75. So remaining 25 marks are of 2 marks. So roughly 12 questions. 12. See here, somewhere they'll add one question over here. This they'll make it 31, or this they'll increase it to 13. Anything. Okay. Roughly I'm giving you. Roughly you'll get around 24 to 26 marks for 2 marks. Okay. So got it. Now it becomes 100 marks roughly. So remember 90 questions around for half mark. 1 mark questions they'll ask you around 30 questions and remaining 12 to 15 questions, 12 to 14, 15 roughly. They'll ask you for 2 marks. Okay. So this is generally the question type. Now everyone download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you'll be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, whatever you require for clearing JAIIB and CIB, you'll get it over here. So download it right now. Importance of numericals. Yeah, I told you just now that numericals I'll be discussing separately because numericals is an important aspect in 2 papers out of these 4. One is AFM and second is RBWM. Your passing and failing depends on the numericals. So AFM you get around 50% numericals, 50%. They can be of half mark, they can be of 1 mark, they can be of 2 marks also. Similarly RBWM, you will be getting around 20% of numericals. Then PPB, nowadays they have started asking PPB also numericals. Earlier it was not asked, but nowadays they ask you. Okay. So make clearly focus on numericals in AFM and RBWM. PPB you can clear if you don't know numericals, but the numericals will also be easier ones. Okay. So, question pattern. Almost 120 questions as discussed earlier. 1 mark, half mark and 2 mark. Already I have given you the segregation of that. Okay. Everyone now subscribing to this channel or to the officers at the 24/7 YouTube channel. You can scan it over here. You can go through this. We have our Telegram channel as such. Then we have our YouTube channel. Scan this QR code, and we have this Instagram channel also. Scan the QR code, you will get it there, right? Now the last part is the strategy. How to score 60 plus marks in RBWM, or not only RBWM, typical JAIIB. Okay, so typical JAIIB, it is the same thing. So focus on concept clarity. Important part. Concept clarity. Okay, concept clarity means your concepts about accounting, your concepts about RBWM. Concepts means whatever you study deep. Okay. Then PPB generally what happens, you can know it through your regular banking also, because PPB has majority part through regular banking, and IIFS, this is something new. Okay, so focus on the concept clarity over here. IIFS. Okay, focus on the concept clarity. Practice the numericals. Typically I'll tell you the numericals you have to practice for this accounts and RBWM. There are case studies in RBWM. Okay, RBWM will have case studies also. So practice the numericals over here. Try to solve as many papers as possible. Now, where will you get the papers? IIBF doesn't publish any papers. So there are sample papers on Adda 24/7. You can practice it over there. Get used to a calci, very important one. Do not buy a new calci for your exam. Use the same calci which you are using on a daily basis for your practice. Why? Because if you buy a new calci and the functions are different, then you will face a problem in the exam. Okay, much of your time goes in this calci only. And last one, which I have not written it over here, get on time. See here, two important parts are there, 2 are remaining. Get on time. Okay, on time means what? Follow the time schedule. If your exam is at 9 a.m., go there by 8:45 a.m. Be comfortable. Very important one. Go on time. Huh? This is very important one. Okay. So get used to your calci, get on time. That is important. And second, health. Very important part. Here, you studies and everything, you will definitely do it. We at Adda 24/7 will help you. But health is very important. This is what you have to take care of. If you do all studies, but if your health is not okay during the paper time, will you be able to solve the paper? Isn't it? That's why health is wealth. Okay. Now, before going, let me tell you, how does Adda 24/7 help you? See here, I would suggest you to go to Adda 24/7 directly. Okay. On Adda 24/7, once you go there, hold on. I would always suggest you to go through the app. Okay. In the app, what happens? You get coin systems. So in coin systems, you get around 1% extra. So how to get this 1% extra? Okay, let's see. Let's go to Adda 24/7 right now. Okay, here on Adda 24/7. So this. Go to Adda 24/7. Here, go to JIB CIB. Look at this JIB and CIB. Click on JIB October. See this JIB October. Now you'll see the revision batch. Revision batch. Click on this revision batch. Look at this. All the subjects revision batches are covered. Okay. Then on the 200 hours online live classes, 214 test series, 181 ebooks, 270 videos. Click on any one of this. Let's click on ebooks. Now see. Subject wise ebooks are there. Subject wise, each subject. Now click on each subject. Click on any of these subjects. Look at this. Clicked. Now you will see all this. See here, chapter wise ebooks, questions. So chapter wise questions are there. Okay. So this similarly test series. You can go through the test series chapter wise, subject wise, everything is available. Okay. Similarly, online classes, we have our books also. So you can go through the books also. So join the revision batches immediately. I'll tell you. Because these revision batches are very important. What is the fees? 80% off is going on right now. Exam 80 code is being used. 80% off. Join it ASAP. Okay. See this. Click on this. 80% code is already applied. So 14,999 reduces to 2,999.80. And what do you get in this? All that, whatever I've shown you. Okay. Click on continue. Fill in your details. Again, click on continue, pay and done. So join the batch immediately. Recently it has started. Because the exams are not even near. They are on your head now. Okay. So I'll be back tomorrow with another series. And remember, follow the question series of mine at 6 a.m. in the morning for RBWM on a daily basis. Okay. Also, today I have taken mini marathon. Kindly follow that also. Mini marathons, follow them. Check it on the YouTube. Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. That's why I'm saying subscribe to the channel immediately. Click on the bell icon. You'll get the notifications. Okay. Keep studying. Do join the batches. Then tomorrow I'll be back at 6 a.m. for another session. Okay. Bye.